Abdulla Yameen, the former president of Maldives, has invited WION to visit the country and do an in-person interview with him. The invitation was extended after WION's recent interview with Maldives Foreign Minister Abdulla Khaleel. Now, during the interview, the Maldivian Foreign Minister had asserted that the India Out campaign in Maldives was led by Yameen and that the current government led by President Mohamed Muizzu had nothing to do with it. The former president and his supporters were seen watching the interview at their front office in Malé. Well, after this, Yameen's aide and former minister Mohamed Mala Jamal tweeted an invitation to WION for an in-person interview with the former president. WION has reached out for an immediate online interview for now at his convenience. In an exclusive conversation with WION's assistant editor for foreign affairs, Siddhant, Maldives Foreign Minister Abdulla Khaleel has said that the India Out movement was primarily led by Yameen and that he was in no connection whatsoever with the current government. Khaleel had added that Yameen is now working with the opposition against the government.
India Out movement, it was headed by our former President Yameen. He is totally segregated from us. He is having his own party and he is still in that one. We have moved away. Categorically, our president has mentioned several times that he is building, he is moving forward with a stronger relationship with India and Indian people. So that is our stand. So our relationship with the former president, it is totally different. He is totally out of and he is working against us at the moment.
Yameen's term as president from November 2013 to 2018 was known for an obvious China tilt. While in opposition, Yameen positioned himself as the chief anti-India voice. In March 2022, he was seen wearing a T-shirt with the words "India Out," a slogan Yameen had introduced into Maldives' political sphere. And ahead of the 2023 presidential election, Yameen and his opposition coalition had rallied under this slogan. However, in 2022, Yameen was convicted in a money laundering charge, derailing his presidential candidature. In his absence, Mohamed Muizzu went on to become the president with Yameen's support. But the ties seem to have turned sour. In November 2024, Yameen expressed regret over his decision to support Muizzu in the presidential election. And well, for more on this, our assistant editor for foreign affairs, Siddhant, is now joining us on the phone line. Hi, Siddhant. The former Maldivian president, Abdulla Yameen, has now reacted to WION's interview with the Maldivian foreign minister. Talk to us more about that and if there has been any reaction or statement from Yameen so far.
Well, yesterday it was significant as the interview was played at Yameen's office, and we know that he has essentially given his views as well. He, of course, has spoken in the way. We're waiting for more details on that. But significant part is that he has invited WION for an in-person interview in Maldives. Now, essentially, the interview has snowballed into a big political talking point in the country as the government has distanced itself from any anti-India movements. In fact, what is significant about this interview and why this interview became a big talking point in Maldives is that for the first time, the Muizzu government has not only distanced itself from the India Out movement that we saw in 2023 ahead of the elections, the presidential elections in Maldives, but also for the first time the Maldivian government has in some ways said that for them the priority will be India when it comes to the region. Questions were asked on India, on China as well, to which he said that we will prioritize India essentially when it comes to their relationship. Of course, he talked about economic support by India, infrastructure support by India, but by and large, he also, for the first time, essentially the Maldivian government trashed out the Washington Post report that blamed India in many ways when it comes to destabilizing the Muizzu government. We know that last week the Ministry of External Affairs also trashed out the Washington Post report, but the Maldivian Foreign Minister's reaction was the first on-record statement by the Maldivian government on Washington Post. But all when it comes to former President Yameen, his address, his invitation to WION is indeed in many ways significant, and it looks like that this week will see much more developments regarding not only the Maldivian internal politics, but also as to how Maldives sees this interview, which is seen as a very significant comments by the Maldivian Foreign Minister, who talked not only about relationship but also about the India out movement, and clearly saying that the Maldivian government does not agree with such kind of movements.
Right, Siddhant, thank you for joining us on the show. We'll of course be eagerly waiting for that interview with the former Maldivian president.